All right, it is time now for our C-Suite sit-down. In tough economic times, you'd think a company that provides private jets would really be struggling. But our next guest says this company is actually holding up pretty well despite the downturn in the economy. And Jeffrey Menaged is the CEO of Chief Executive Air. He joins us to talk about that company. And the economy, good morning, Jeffrey. Thanks for coming in. You know, the economy really is struggling.
Yes.
Just everybody you talk to agrees on that. So how could you guys be holding up pretty well? You got to be getting hurt by it.
Well, I mean, we're certainly, business is off. It's not as robust as it was, but
Right.
we have a very strong entertainment business, which has really stayed strong straight through the downturn. We deal with a lot of recording companies, a lot of professional athletes, and those verticals are pretty much recession-proof. We also have a
Just
really
ask CC Sabathia. He could still afford to fly private jets, right?
now more than ever.
So you're not you don't deal with the Wall Street guys as much that maybe would
Not
be cutting
as much.
back?
Our business is more weighted in sports and entertainment, and then high net worth. So it's wealthy families that have
Yeah, that don't get hit.
Well, they get hit, but it doesn't really affect their day-to-day spending habits. They're still wealthy. It's just they take a hit in wealth, not in income.
So the sports and entertainment is an interesting kind of segment of this. I mean, how much that hasn't slowed at all, huh? These guys are still flying all over the place privately.
It slowed a bit for the personal travel, but a lot of what we do, especially in recording, is tour support. So if you have recording artists that are going to do tours, they still have to fly, they still have to get around. That's something that they can't really cut back.
And you probably have them signed up kind of long term in some of this stuff too?
We don't really have contracts, but we provide very strong service. Our pricing has always been great, so we're a good resource for them.
But the players are lucky; their contracts are guaranteed.
Yeah,
at least in baseball, maybe not in football. But we talked about CC Sabathia with all that big money. What's the model, the business model? I mentioned before the break, pay as you go. Tell me a little bit about the model and what makes you guys a little bit different than some of the competitors in this space.
Well, we're in the charter business. It's straight rentals. There's no upfront cost, no upfront commitment. It's basically you need a plane, you give us a call, tell us your trip, we price it out, give you the price, you pay, and you go. There's no contracts. We don't really tie you in. Next time you need a plane, if we do a good job, they'll call us back. And we've always had a value pricing model where it's just we give people good prices, good service.
What do you think about '09? How bad?
I think it's probably going to rebound in the second half. I think the first quarter is probably going to be a little bit tough. But I think once the springtime rolls around, I think once Obama gets in, some of his policies start to take hold. I think we'll start to see some improvement.
Rebound later in the year is what a lot of people are hoping for.
Yeah. Well, we can hope.
Yeah, I know. At this point, it's about all we got to hang on to, I guess, a lot of ways. The private jet industry kind of, I don't know, black eye's the right word for it, but got beaten up a little bit with these auto hearings.
A lot.
What did that do to your business, I wonder?
I mean, we've always been a proponent of using private jets responsibly. So in order to fly in a private jet, first of all, you have to have the resources to pay. And second of all, there has to be a compelling need to take a private plane. I think that maybe some of the auto companies, I don't know if it's abusive, but I think that if you're going to the government to ask for public funds to keep your business afloat, you probably shouldn't be spending money on private jets.
Some of you deal with public figures to some extent. Are they more reluctant to do it now because of what these guys got beaten up for?
A little bit. I think that it's also a combination of the general economy. I think that as business gets tougher, people don't want to look like they're out spending money conspicuously. I think they want to be a little bit more modest in their habits.
Yeah, because if it's other people, even if you're doing all right, if other people are struggling, kind of it looks weird, right?
Yeah.
That probably hurts your business more than the general economy.
A little bit. People have asked us in the past about fuel costs, and if fuel costs hurt our business, it really didn't.
Right. It doesn't even help much now that jet fuel's come down so much.
The sentiment has hurt us a lot more than fuel.
That's interesting. All right, Jeffrey, thanks for coming in and talking about your business. We appreciate it. Jeffrey Menaged, again, it's Chief Executive Air is the company.